This one for WWE champions. Pay to win like every day, yeah.
I don't play mobile games.
Funny how they still think I'm a broke man.
Then I'm broke.
Even though I be pulling Hogan's. I spent like 40 grand on a couple thousand pictures of some sweaty men.
Oh, really? Lady Charisma has tipped $10 and has something significant to say about Dragon Age Veilguard. Now, this is interesting. Okay. I want to hear this take. So here's what Lady Charisma has to say. Just skip Veilguard after 20 hours playing it. So this person's played it for over 20 hours. It's a poorly made safe plot. It's like they had lawyers and HR write this thing. A lot of folks just write off the game as woke, which has lost a lot of meaning in this climate. As an extremely progressive person, this feels like a game made purposely being so as bad just to like mock people. It's a plant designed to make us look bad rather than an appeal to us. No person would think this is good unless they're posturing. This is a prime example of poor writing. While games like Baldur's Gate 3, Metaphor, and Cyberpunk of all games, even Inquisition landed real-world subjects with more respect than Veilguard does. It treats you like a child who doesn't even know how to tie their shoes. What really sucks is this game runs perfectly, but the gameplay is boring and it's wasted. Wow. From a person who is progressive, right? Who doesn't mind having those themes in the game, says the themes are done poorly, which is exactly what I said on this stream yesterday after viewing the oops, I used the wrong pronoun scene, which everyone says is the worst scene in the game, right? Which, by the way, I should say, my takes on that yesterday are doing well. The first video that watches the scene back has over 2,000 views. The other video after the fact, that it was kind of the second half of the argument, has about 1,000 views, and they're climbing on the channel. Keep in mind, they haven't even been live for like 12 hours yet. So people are definitely enjoying me calling out this nonsensical game development and these games that people are releasing that are just, you know, so poorly done. I mean, that was my point. My point was, if these themes were done in context of the game that made sense, in a way that actually handled them well, I don't think anyone would care. But they're so laughably, jokingly handled to the point where it's like they had a football and they just bumbled it and fumbled it so many times it bounced all over the place. Like it's covered in grease and they just can't grab it. It's right there, but it's just slipping all over the place, zoop, 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 all over. And it's just a comedic failures, right? Comedy of errors. So anyway, yeah, that's sad. You know, this sucks because, I mean, Dragon Age, if you remember, back in the day, you guys, I say you guys, but how many of you really were watching me over a decade ago? I don't know. But back in the day, okay, I had not known what Dragon Age was. You guys convinced me to play Dragon Age 2. So I played Dragon Age 2, and I liked it. I definitely think the game had some issues in parts that were way too difficult, but I did enjoy it for what it was. And then after Dragon Age 2, you convinced me to play Dragon Age Origins. So I did. And that game, you could tell, was not designed for consoles, right? But the tone of the first two Dragon Age games is this dark fantasy, you know, lots of gore. And then every once in a while, they would throw in like a romance or something like that, right? And it was fine because the way it was in there was like, okay, we're alleviating the heavy dark tones of this game with something lighthearted, or you know what I'm saying? It kind of made sense to do it that way. But this game just seems like they just want to put real life issues in it for the sake of feeling like, hey everyone, look at us, we're pertinent, we're relevant, we're talking about stuff that's going on in the real world. But people aren't buying Dragon Age to experience real world issues, right? It's like I said yesterday in the video, who bought Dragon Age because they want to hear people sit down and talk about politics in real life, right? It's not even like the politics of the game. It's like shit from real life that we're dealing with right now. No one wants that. Do you play Super Mario Brothers to hear the Goombas talk about pronouns, right? What the fuck? No, I just want to stomp the Goomba. I want to grab the coins. I want to save the princess. That's the point of a video game, to escape reality and to be able to have some fantasy in your life so that you can do things that normally wouldn't be doing, you know? This drives me nuts that people act like this and think that, oh, this is great. It's not. I don't think that having that content in Veilguard is helping anyone. It doesn't help trans or non-binary people. It doesn't help people who are trying to push a progressive narrative. It just fumbles the ball so bad, it makes everyone look bad. Again, it really felt to me like the BioWare devs wanted to be Naughty Dog. Man, if only we could be Naughty Dog and turn our game into The Last of Us 2 so that we'll be champions for progressiveness and people will buy the game on that fact because the game ain't so good. The truth is, Last of Us 2 was really good. People who were playing Veilguard are kind of like, it's just kind of meh. So, yeah, that's pretty sad, man. It's sad that again, this is what I'm saying, the point I'm making. We're in the midst of the busiest gaming season, and these are the games coming out. It's not even a good gaming season, in my opinion, right? Like, it really hasn't been. It's been a mostly dead year. There's just not a lot going on. It's just very disappointing this year with the games that are coming out. It's like, man, you're struggling to maintain a bunch of games that you even want to play long term. It sucks.